working now. I don't know if anybody can see me. I had the screen rotation that I had to play with here. Alright, it seems to be working. Can you guys hear me okay? Perfect. Okay, so tonight we're going to do the giveaway for the holiday season. Just a reminder, giving away the Cichlids Flake formula, the 350 gram. Also come in a smaller container, but you know, for you guys, we need the big containers for the holiday season, right? So I'm going to open this one just to show you guys the flakes that are in there. So this is the kind of flakes that you can expect to see in a NorthFin flake food. So if flakes are a bit big, you'll have to break them apart going by how big your fish are, or you know, you can grind them all up if you have fries or something like that. So this is what we're going to draw tonight. So we're going to have a couple subjects too. So we're going to talk about the draw for a second. We're going to talk about the NorthFin, what's going on, because there's something new that's coming up soon. And then we're also going to talk about what happened during the holiday season for the fish club here. Well, I don't usually go live, so I forgot to do a couple of things here. I have all my stuff set up, but I forget to turn all the lights off. Give me 1 sec. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, I had everything set up, everything tested, and then I'm like, oh, I might as well try to save a little bit on battery power, so I turned off everything, and then I forget to turn it back on. Anyway, I'm not used to the live stuff, because what's happening right now, I'm seeing myself like on the screen over here, and then on the screen over there. That's kind of delay here. Anyway, so for the draw here, I print out all the name, because I want you guys to know that, you know, everything that I'm doing is legit, and you know, I don't try to make somebody in particular win. Everybody have as much chance. So I got all of the name print out here. I cut the sheet in half, so it's gonna be a little bit easier to cut and make the draw later on. We're going to use that clear vase so everybody can see what's going on in here. And then while I'm cutting everything, we're going to have little chats here. So first of all, thank you NorthFin for you know, giving this project for a giveaway right now. We really appreciate it. So all right. So NorthFin makes about 23 projects right now, and they have about 160 SKU. And this is because most of the projects come in different sizes and different sizes container, like you saw earlier here. I'm gonna start cutting the paper here so I can start making the draw. The most popular project for NorthFin fish food is the Cichlids formula. So this one here, everything might be reversed. I don't know how to fix that in the camera right now, but so Cichlids formula is the #1 selling item from NorthFin. The #2 most popular one is actually the veggie flakes, the veggie pellets, sorry, which I'm going to show you in a second here. All right, so here's the veggie pellets. So you can have those actually in big bags. Like this bag here is 250 gram. That's you know, you can feed your fish room for a while with this thing. And then the third the third main popular food is actually the kelp wafers. And I don't know if you guys tried the kelp wafers so far, but the kelp wafers, I like it because I stick them on the side of the tank here. I'll show you the kelp wafers bag here, so you can see a pleco on this. So usually I like that because I'll stick them, you wet them a little bit, you stick them on the side of your tank, and then because of all your fish are gonna come and eat it right at the surface of the glass, then you can inspect, see like, oh, do I have any fish with diseases or any fish holding babies or anything like that, right? So you can really have a good inspection of your fish. And then you can also see better, like, oh, is there a fish that's staying in the back corner here that might not be eating? And for African cichlids anyway, and it's pretty good to do that because you never know when your fish is gonna have malawi bloat, and you might not be able to spot that right away. So by having your fish coming right to the glass to eat, you can really be able to do a very good inspection on them. And then the fourth main popular fish food that NorthFin carries is the Bug Pro formula. So I don't know if you guys did you guys try the Bug Pro yet? It comes in the smaller size too. That's the big size that they're selling. That's the 500 gram here. I like that Bug Pro. It's full of protein. I usually feed that to the fries. It's pretty good. Very high of protein, mineral, and vitamins there. You can grind them up too. You can put them. Other than that, actually, there's one guy here that's loading on right now in the chat, and that's GN Aquatic. And you can check out his channel too. He also have a YouTube channel, and he's part of the fish club where I go into Barrie, Ontario. And he showed us one time that you can use a pepper grinder, and you put your pellets in a pepper grinder, and then you can feed your smaller fry or your smaller fish with it. That's a great tip. So I'm passing that around. But you can learn a lot of stuff from him too. His channel's still going. So yeah, here's a little plug for GN Aquarium. So I have 4 sheets to do the name there. I'm working on the second one. I'm just making sure I put all the name in the container here. Everything's getting folded. Oh, I got some people from Kapuskasing en français aussi. Hello, John Cook. And then there's Rob Cichlids in there. Rob Cichlid is also a YouTuber. He has a YouTube channel. He's from Mississauga, Ontario. Rob Cichlid is doing, well, he used to do mainly peacocks and apps, a little bit of Mbuna. So you should go and check out this stuff too if you have a chance. So I'm just looking at what's going on for the chat here. That's GN Aquarium was doing a little bit of live chat here before, and he made it look easy, and it's not super easy. Looking at what I'm doing and looking at the camera and making sure everything's okay and trying to look at the chat, right? I get why you were saying earlier that you have like a manager to help you do all this. Yeah, it's very busy. So Fishman is there too. Fishman is actually one of her customer from Ontario. So hi Fishman. We've been talking a lot, him and me, on KGG, because that's usually where me and Martin sell most of the fish. Now Martin was a little bit camera shy. It's something to actually, you know, film something and be able to edit it and cut all the little oh and all that stuff there, or if you screw up a word, but it's way more stressful to do it live like this. Thanks, Jen. All right, so we're at the last sheet here, so we're getting close to do the giveaway. I'm just cutting the extra bit there so that like that there's no, this is what I've been doing to all the sheet there. There's just some extra bit of paper here, and I don't want nobody to have an extra wide name there. That might be easier to pick than on the other one, so I'm trying to, you know, cut everything as even as I can. All right, so the third thing I wanted to mention earlier, oh, I don't know if Darius is here, Rob. He knows that this chat is going. He had the link and all this. It might show up. Yeah, if you guys don't know who Darius is, that's actually the owner of NorthFin. And NorthFin, I don't know if you saw the video that I talked about NorthFin fish food before, but NorthFin's actually made in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Now they're supplying it into the States, and some people thought it was made in the States, but they did the correction. Was that Jason Cichlids or Jason anyway, another YouTuber in the States actually made sure that he was putting this right so that everybody knew where it was coming from. Thanks for hitting the like button, guys. I really appreciate it. So yeah, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is the aquarium clubs. So it was pretty cool. So Gian, you were sick this week, last week, so you missed that. But we actually had like some special thing for the holiday there at the meeting. So aquarium club, usually, I don't know if you guys saw the video there that I made about the aquarium club. I think it was released last week or the week before. And so we I'm part of the brass club that's in Barrie, Ontario. I don't know if you guys are part of any club. Write it in the comment if you're part of any club or if you have a question about it. Oh yeah, I'm sure everybody would like if you follow them. Fishman, there's never a YouTuber that's gonna say like, no, don't look at my stuff. But maybe I'll put the link. I'll post that live after, and I'll put the link in the description, and then you guys can find those other YouTuber like this, all Canadian guys, where like to support each other. All right, so at the fish club the other day we had like potluck, so everybody brought some stuff. Now it's up to the clubs how they want to, you know, do their event or what's going on in there. And what we choose to do is the potluck. So the club supplied the dessert, and everybody brought like part of a main course meal. So some of them brought stuffed potato, beans, pierogies. Some people brought pizza. I was running right from work, and I had like 15 minutes to make it, to stop at home, pick up Martin, and make it to the fish club. So for us, it was just like Sabi's, that fancy Italian meat and stuff like that. So buy a few pack of that. So this is what we brought. You know, if you had more time, you could, or if you were a better cook. I'm not a good cook, so if you're a better cook, you had time to like prepare some food for the club. That was pretty cool. And we eat pretty good there. And then after that, we had the white elephant game. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. That's like a holiday game that some people do sometime. So we had like, so the fish club actually paid one of our local member, which she owns a fish store. And I'm planning to do a review, like a fish store tour of her store, pretty soon, as soon as she's done setting it up. Anyway, so the fish club decided that we're going to give her some money so that she can grab some stuff from our store and put some gift bag together. And then she brought some gift bag, some extra one too, to make sure that if some new member were showing up, then they could be part of the whole experience. So that was pretty cool. So everybody get to, like, we pick names, and then you know, you go up, and then you have the choice of either you grab one of the gift basket or gift bag, whatever, and then or if you don't want to unwrap that, then you can go steal somebody else's gift, and then they will have to go and pick up a gift from the table, so you can exchange gift like that. So that was a pretty interesting game. And yeah, her club member, she really did an awesome job putting all of this together. I guess I could say it. Like, her name is Brittany. She owns Physiotherapy. She's just around the corner from me here, so near the Barrie region. She mainly does like nano tanks and planted stuff. So anyway, she's part of the club too. She have like lots of Instagram stuff that she's posting all the time. Little bit of YouTube, but you know, not that much on that platform. So anyway, she's online. You can buy stuff online from her too. I'll also put that in the link in the description. Liam Power Manufacturer near Toronto. Yeah, we have lots of Canadian here. Yeah, we have some couple people from the States enter the giveaway too. That's open to the 48 lower states, like I was saying in the video description before. And so everybody that entered there, and it's coast to coast in Canada. So anyway, I got all the names done. You guys want to hear me talk some more, or should I do this? All right, there you go. We'll try to make it fair here, so that people that were put in there the first time at the beginning have as much chances as everybody. So I'm trying to mix this up as much as I can. Okay, we're gonna put the name, pick a name. All right, I got one right here. So this is Aquarium 2011. Probably see it upside down here. Aquarium 2011. All right, so you're the winner of this nice container of fish food. Congratulations. So, you guys are part of any fish club? Anybody in here? Yeah, John Cook, 7 hours from Barrie. Yeah, I know. I went to Sudbury at school, and I had some friends from Kapuskasing too, and yeah, they had a good drive too. I still talk to a couple of them. Yeah, GN, you're part of the Barrie Club. Rob, which club are you part of? Are you still part of a club? I think you were running one at one point, if I'm not wrong, right? Yeah, it says GN Aquarium. At least I don't start talking to you by your first name, right? Oh, Mathieu, Stéphane. Yeah, I'm trying to remember their last name there. Odette. They're both the same age than me, so 40 years old. Yeah, Peel Region. Hey, Rob, are you still there? You still part of that club? Thanks for coming, Guillaume. Yeah, an octopus would be awesome to study. Eh? Yeah, I saw that. Did you see Did you see the octopus that King of the UI had, and then he made the little crossover stuff for it? Like, I think he had 2 tanks. Yeah, he was saying it, they're super intelligent. No, not this year. Rob, you're not part of the club this year. So, yeah, I don't know. Did you guys have a chance to watch the video about the fish club and what's happening in all the fish club usually? So the fish clubs are pretty cool. I'm trying to read the chat in the same time. It doesn't go too fast, but I'm a slow reader. So so yeah, I was saying in the video, Fish Club, we meet once a month. It's pretty interesting because you have other people just like us, right? Like just getting together, you talk about like what you're keeping right now, what's going on with all of your stuff, and you know, if you have trouble with your fish, people can give you little pointers. They usually like all the executive meet once a month too at another time to plan the event, what we're going to do, what we're going to talk about this month, or what kind of presentation we're going to do. So you can learn lots of stuff from anywhere from drilling a fish tank to install a sub, or making aquarium lids, or you know, you have speakers that are coming through, like some of them go and catch fish from all over the world and bring them back and breed them and then sell them in different region. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, it just makes you dream, right? You're not stuck completely at home with that one fish tank or that one fish room there. Like, you know, there's tons of world out there. Like, it's impressive to find out what everybody's doing. Like, when I first started, I pretty much just thought, like, you know, at store Big Al there, I pretty much just thought, like, there's Big Al, there's Pet Smart, and you know, this is the 2 places you can get fish, and you know, pretty much the world was closed to me just at that. And then I find out about the fish club and an auction. I went to a fish auction for the first time. It was even before I went to the fish club. Like, I was like, a fish auction? Like, what the hell is that? Like, and then me and my son show up, and then we met some people from the fish club there, and then, you know, next thing you know, like, everything started to grow, more tanks, and then all of a sudden might have a little bit of extra knowledge that you can help people with, and then you end up like starting a YouTube channel. Yeah, that'd be cool to do a fish talk live, Jan Aquarium. I said though, I wasn't going to say the whole thing, but I ended up changing my mind halfway through, right? You catch that? Yeah, it'd be cool to do a podcast, just, you know, talking, like, you can grab a couple subjects and then do something like this. It'd be pretty cool. I would be for that for sure. You remember my first auction? Yeah. I think we met Brittany. Me and Martin were looking at like some fish bags and stuff like that on the tables, trying to figure out what to buy. And then, you know, he was like, I think he was 10 or 11 years old back then. Like, you know, just, he was probably here to me. And then now he's like taller than me, this kid. But yeah, Brittany like walked beside us, and her jaw just dropped because she was like, whoa, like this kid actually know like all of the name of those fish that are on the table right now. Like, she thought it was impressive. And I didn't think anything of it. Like, I just know, like, he's interested in fish and stuff like that. I didn't even know half of what he was talking about back then. I just brought him there because he always wanted to go to the store to buy some fish. So I was like, all right, it's something to do on a weekend with him. Yeah, I never bred frontosa. I know a couple people that export them in Markham region near Toronto, but I personally never bred them. You need too much too much room, too big of a tank for those things. But you can keep them with smaller fish, like, well, not, you know, of course, if they fit in their mouth, any fish is gonna eat the other fish. But you can keep them into with other smaller fish that they're, you know, even if they're half their size, usually it works. I saw them being kept with some Mbuna before, like a group of 8 to 12 Mbuna. And yeah, it was a big group of frontosa, full size too. They were all in a 180-gallon tank, and it was working good. I think that the only reason the guy was getting rid of the Mbuna, which I bought the whole breeding group. Like, of course, if I go somewhere and I see something I would like to breed, or Martin would like to breed, usually we just buy everything, right? So yeah, you end up selling that just because I think he was trying to breed them. So, you know, you had to take all the other species out of that tank. Yeah, it's true, Martin. At that fish auction Martin did buy some of your caves. You bought those things at the few auction, actually, and at the mini auction at the fish club too. I tried to make them myself too, but hey, it was you're doing a good job. It was a pain in the butt to do that. So yeah, I tried to make. I think I made 2, and then after that, like, Martin just bought some more from you. Five to 7 female to 1 male. Yeah, that's always the best practice. I'm still waiting to see what's happening with my group of Tropheus there. Like, some of you already know, like, I drove all the way to Windsor, which is like 5-6 hours from here, to go buy like 20 red rainbow Tropheus before, and then they were just 1-inch fish. I was at the beginning of the pandemic. Like, I had them on order already, some wild caught. I was supposed to receive a supply of them, and then all of the plane ended up being canceled because of the pandemic. No more plane flying around the world, right? Pretty much. So it's like, oh man, like, you know, I already had the deposit, all that stuff. So I was lucky. Like, I know the guy actually. I bought fish from him before. We got fish from him before, and he gave me my money back. And then I drove all the way to Windsor, pick up those fish. But now they were all babies, so I had to grow them up. So takes almost a year and a half, 2 years to grow those. And then I end up like being like so unlucky. I think I had two females out of 20 and 18 males. I think the female old like once, and then she was so stressed out, like she keep eating and spitting the baby and all that, so it then end up working out. And then after that I find another guy. Excuse me, I should have put myself a glass of water here. After that I find another guy that wasn't too far from me, and well, yeah, that guy from Windsor, when I went there, I said, how many do you have? And he's like 20. I'm like, all right, I'll buy them all. And then he also had where Martin was trying to breed those also Tropheus, the orange flame one, Tropheus Bamba. And then I think the guy had 40 of them. Whole breeding group, like with Adzel and stuff. I think he had first generation, wildcat and first generation. And then we got all of the Tropheus that this guy had for sale. I came back with all of them. And then Martin ran some deals. He kept some for breeding and all that. And then after all my Tropheus, my 20 grew up. And then I find out the ratio. Then I find out another guy that was about half an hour from here. And then I went And I bought all of his fish too. He had some red rainbow F1 for sale. And I said, how many do you have? He's like, 20. All right, sold. Give me all 20. And I put them all in the tank. But they're still a little bit smaller than the other one. I don't really want to disturb the group too much. I did that before, like taking all the fish and venting them for the first 20. But I'm going to wait until stuff's happening. And yeah, you might have seen it. Got 5 fry right now. The female was holding 5 eggs, and I stripped her, put that in the egg tumbler. They're a little bit harder to tumble than the African cichlids from Malawi because they're big eggs. So yeah, I got them to tumble, and they developed just fine. So yeah, right now they're probably, I'd say, a 1/4 inch long. So probably be like a year before I can sell them, or a few months anyway. Oh yeah, Bobby G is gonna get into salt water, eh? Oh yeah, that's true, Gian. And Gian Aquatic, I got the first 3 red rainbow trophies from you before, and yeah, they were hard to keep just because there wasn't enough of them. So I ended up losing 2, but I still have the 1 male from that little small group of 3 that I bought from you. And believe it or not, but that male is actually the boss of the tank in there. He's been the boss of that tank for a couple of years. So Rob, are you still doing the white lips? You were doing the white lips before. Yeah, Rob, you're closer to Bobby J. He can sell him stuff. It's quite a bit of a drive from it. Yeah, that Gian Aquarium, that fish there, that's the one with the nicest color out of the Tropheus colony, actually. And yeah, I ended up being a male, this one. And I almost lost him after I lost the 2 other one. He got like skinny disease or something like that. Like that took, oh man, it took me almost, I would say, probably 4 months to put him back into shape. 3-4 months anyway. I had him in like his own tank, just 20 gallon. I was doing like, 25% water change every few days. Lots and lots of Epsom salt. Like pretty much as I can without killing him. And I didn't feed him the first week. I didn't feed him at all because it was such in bad shape. You could see, you could see all his whole skeletal. He had like no meat left on him. It was just skin and bone. It was like, I never thought that this fish was going to survive. Like I did my best to make him survive, and he did. But I actually had to get him out of the tank at the beginning, and then use a pipette with some Metroplex mix and Epsom salt mix and tank water mix, and I hold him down on the table, and I open his mouth to the pipette, and I inject that until all of that water from the pipette started to come out of his gills, like it was going in his stomach and coming back out of his gills. And that was the first treatment I did. And then after that, he went into the hospital tank. And yeah, didn't feed him for a week. And then after that, I started to feed him, but super lightly. Like if I would see any speck of food left in the tank, it was like, getting clean. And I would feed less the next time. And man, that was something. Hey, Linda. Yeah, you made the mistake of getting cribs. They're worse than guppy. Yeah, I had cribs before too. And And then I didn't know anything. I was at the beginning when we were starting to keep fish. It was me and my wife were starting our first tank. So it was pretty much like walking to the store and, you know, oh, this one have pretty color. What's the name? I don't care. Like, the cost is right. Like, let's bring it home. He's pretty, or, you know, let's get a pair of this, a pair of that. And then I end up having cribs, and they were trying to breed. And then I had like, oh, wow, rams are so pretty. And I put a whole bunch of rams in that tank. And oh, man, what a nightmare that ended up being. Like, fish were hiding everywhere, like nothing wanted to get seen, like everything was fighting. Yeah, when you get into the hobby, sometimes you learn the hard way, right? Then after that, I started to study, and then, you know, every time, like every 2 seconds I had, like, was like, oh, watch another video about this species specific, read all those forums, like read all those articles about the different fish, and, you know, started to put lots and lots of hours studying everything. Yeah, it was crazy. And now it's hard, like, you know, you go to the store or you go to an aquarium, like, and there's too much. When you start having too much knowledge, you're like, oh man, like, you know, you're seeing all the disease or everything, or you're like, oh, before you even look at the fish, you're like, oh man, like, there's something wrong with that tank there. Like, you just see, because there's a little bit of bubble at the top or whatever, you're like, oh, they have a spike in this or whatever, right? So it's almost hard now. Like, you almost need to just go with breeders so that you know that, like, it's actually like well taken care of. Like, you know, they take care of it as much as I would take care of it. It's hard when you own a store because you have too many fish, too many people are like moving fish around or taking care of them. So, you know, I don't blame them. Like, yeah, it's hard to take care at home when you have like 20 tanks. Like, I cannot imagine how hard it is to take care of a whole fish store. And employees too, right? Some of them are, you know, they might be super good, while some of them might just be there for a paycheck. They really don't care. So I forgot to read what if Linda had a little reply with her cribs there. Trying to read the chat a little bit. Like, we're done the giveaway. I don't know if you were here, Linda, when we did the giveaway there. I showed a name earlier. It was Huatian 2011 that win. Oh yeah, you get the KGG hat, Rob, right now. Red, but not glowing red. All right, I miss part of this chat. I don't know how to go back to it there. I don't know what he's selling on KGG right now. Yeah, cribs can breed like rabbit. I find that bristlenose pleco also breed like rabbit. If you keep a male and a female in the tank, like, even if there's tons of babies swimming around, like, as soon as the cave is empty, it's like they do another clutch of eggs in there. Like, sometimes you're like, man, like, you know, that male never comes out of the tank there, of that little hole there, a cave, and to take care of the baby, to move the water around so it don't fungus. And you're like, holy smoke, like, this guy just had a batch or 2 batch of babies. Did he eat yet? Like, so sometime when we breed them, like, we'll move the male to another tank just to give him and change the male to give them a chance to eat something for a little bit. Yeah, there is lots of people selling fish with hormones there. If the color is too good to be true, then it's probably right. But there is some natural stuff, like, you know, not just in NorthFin fish food, but there is also some natural ingredient, like, let's see here, krill, not krill, yeah, kelp spirulina will give you some nice color. Usually it helps. This is rated too small there. I'm not wearing my glasses. But there's a few different food that are actually natural color enhancer. So it's not always from hormone too, like just a good feeding. And sometimes too, you want to try to mix food. Don't always feed the same food to your fish. Feed a couple of variety. It could be the same brand, it could be different brand there, and then you'll get like, you know, some color enhancing from a little bit of everything. Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going. You're having fun, eh? It's hard though, because I'm the only one talking. Like, you guys are just chatting. So if I want to be part of the conversation, I have to keep my eye here, and then when I read, I stop talking, so I will make it boring for you guys. But yeah, I'll try to keep it going there. Is there one subject in particular that you guys would like to talk about, or just breeding? I had a series of video out there before. It was I forget how many parts video, but it was about like breeding for profit, and went to how to sell the fish store, what you can expect for money wise, what you can expect for order, how to sell your fish in KGG, and how to breed the fish for profit. We touch a little bit about the food too, to get them. Okay, well, thanks for coming, Linda. It was great to have you here. Well, might see you in another video. If you guys like to do those live chat, yeah, I can try to do one of those podcasts with GN Aquarium or Rod Cichlids one time. I think there's a way to invite guests here, but I haven't done that many stuff like this, and it looks like every time you try to click on there, it throws you live right away. So I'm always like, I'm afraid to be live, because it's a little bit stressful, especially when you first. Now I'm starting to get more comfortable, but at the beginning, my hands were all wet and stuff like that. I was like, hopefully the papers don't start sticking to my hand there. But yeah, starting to come down a little bit there. Yeah, so we're talking about like breeding fish for profit. So I did all those videos there explaining a little bit like the best way to do it. Now, I'm not an expert in there, and I know a lot, but there's a lot more that I can modify to the fish room, and a lot more that I learned too that I could have changed. Like, I show you guys how to do the water system, for example, in the fish room. And the water system that I have in there is great, because you open a valve and you drain the tanks, and you can drain multiple tanks all at once. And then I use the same piping system to refill all the tank. Now I can do one row at the time because of the water pressure when the tanks are higher. The only thing that I find though, I end up using those quick connect, because I thought like, well, if I use those quick connect valve, it'll be way faster to build everything, and I don't have to glue everything and screw it all on together. And I thought like, oh, well, I'm gonna gain lots of time, and if I have to take anything apart, it's gonna be way easier. Well, the thing is, I got so much water pressure because I changed the tap down here, so I would have more water pressure to fill up more tanks all at once. Sorry. And then I got too much water pressure. If I don't open enough valve, then I have some popping right out of the tube. So if I was to do it again, I would not like take any of those quick coupler. I would do all the one that you glue, the threaded piece that goes at the end of your PVC pipe, and then screw in the valve with Teflon tape on there. You know, that would have been a big life changer. Now, if you go to the hardware store, you're gonna be like, why don't you do it? They're not that expensive. It's $6. Well, yeah, it's $6, but I probably have like 20 valve in there. Like at $6 a piece, so it's gonna cost me an arm and a leg, right? And we're just talking about just valve, and I already have the valve, so I'm dealing with it by putting a little bit less pressure in the system and making sure that there's always at least like one valve open. And then when I'm ready, when I'm at the end of the water change, then I'll open the last valve just to make sure that like I can close the last fish tank and not pressurize the whole system, and because that's a lot of water coming in there. I'm trying to read some of the comment here. Yeah, it is nice to meet everybody here. Hardline schedule 40 PVC. Yeah, I think that's why I have just that white thick PVC there. I'm pretty sure it is series 40 that I have in there, but some of those quick connect are a little bit weak. Like some of them you can pull as much as you want on there, they'll stay on there, but some of the other one, as soon as the pressure out, it's like pop, and then blood, and you're running around the fish room trying to open that drain valve. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, GN. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it right now, and yeah, thanks for stopping by, Rob, too. So yeah, I'll put the link in the description of those other YouTuber and that fish store I was talking about earlier. Yeah, I thought I would do that little draw and chat here for 10 minutes, but we're already 46 minutes into it, going on 47. You know, we end up having a great night. Thanks everybody for coming. We'll see you in the next video. I started to film some new project that Ingbird sent me, and then I have to refilm it because I was filming my phone and to show how to connect everything to the app, and everything, the phone was too clear and it's just white, so I have to refilm everything again. So anyway, that video is coming soon, but yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll keep video going all year long, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.